a story about two friends, two young Americans, rugged individualists, each working toward his own idea of success and security. One is Joe Adams. Success to him has boiled down to holding his job. Security, making a feeble salary stretch from one payday to the next and never being sure there'll be a next one. The other is Tom Johnson. He quite obviously has a different and more satisfying way of life. He feels certain of success because he has security in his job. And his plans include marrying a girl he loves, having a home and family. Marriage for Joe is pretty remote. He figures he's lucky if he can afford one Saturday night paid per month. What's the reason for this difference between the two very similar young men? Both started out with equal chances in the pursuit of happiness, even graduated from the same high school together. Both are retail clerks. Both sell merchandise across the counters of retail stores. Is the difference because Tom has a good job and Joe has not? It's only partly that. The real difference is in an attitude. The belief in what makes for individualism. That's what our story's about. The real difference between Tom Johnson and Joe Adams.
Adam, come here.
Yes, Mr. Jordan.
Do you remember cashing a check for a man named Henshaw?
Henshaw?
$5.21, 3 days ago.
Oh, sure. He bought a pair of stoplights.
Yes, well, the check bounced, Joe. You didn't get an okay before accepting it, did you?
No, you were out to lunch, and Mr. Stone wasn't here either.
So you took it upon yourself to accept it?
Well, it was for the exact amount of the sale, and he's been in here before, what you might call a steady customer. I couldn't turn him down.
Well, you know our rules, Joe. All checks have to be okayed either by me or Stone.
But neither of you were here.
Don't change the subject, Joe. You know our rules. I'm afraid you'll have to make good on this check. Of course, if I'd have been here, I'd have probably okayed it, because, after all, we don't want to offend our customers, do we?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Don't interrupt, Joe. As I say, if I'd have okayed the check, I'd have taken the rep. But I didn't okay it. You did.
Yeah, but...
So you made a mistake. You believe in Americanism, don't you, Joe? Well, you wouldn't want me to pay for another man's mistake, would you?
Gee, Mr. Jordan, a $5 rap. I can't afford it. I have to help support my mother and...
Who doesn't? I support my mother. And my wife. And her mother. Now, I'm a fair man, Joe, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take it back in 2 payments instead of 1. That won't be so hard on you, will it? Just remember the rules, Joe. They're for your good as well as mine.
How does that guy sleep nights?
You know what he always says.
Yeah, I know. If you don't like working here, you can always quit.
If you don't like working here, you can always quit. That's one of our great American freedoms, the freedom to quit a job we don't like. One of the freedoms that goes along with it is the freedom to starve, too. Joe has developed the unfortunate habit of eating, so he doesn't quit.
I had a check bounce on me at our store about 6 months ago. But the union battled it out for me, and I didn't have to take the rap.
I don't see where you've got a beef coming. I think your boss is right. You ought to take the rap.
Who asked you what you think?
And don't go for that union stuff, Mac. I belong to union, see? And what does it do for me? I pay union dues every month. For nothing. Listen, Mac, pay for the bum check, you'll be way ahead.
When's the last time you went to one of your union meetings, huh?
I ain't never been to one. Why should I? They're rigged anyways. Don't let them talk in and join it, Mac.
Wild-haired guy, huh?
He's the kind that never votes and then gripes about who gets elected. Hey, I almost forgot. Come over to my apartment next Sunday. I'm having a party. I'm going to get married, Joe.
Married?
Yeah, the most wonderful girl you ever dreamed of. Her name's Joyce Lewis.
You're getting married Sunday?
Oh, no. It's just a party celebrating the fact that she said yes. Will you come over?
Well, sure. Thanks for asking me. How can you afford to even think about marriage, Tom?
We won't be rich, but with the new union agreement and her continuing to work, for a while at least, we'll make out okay.
What does she do?
She's a clerk in a drugstore.
Oh.
What's the sad look for?
Oh, nothing. Just, well, I wish I could afford to think about getting married.
It'll come. Give it time.
That's about all I can give it now. Time. Holy smoke, I've got to get back to work.
See you next Sunday, about 2 or 3 o'clock, huh?
Swell. Listen, I go visit my mother every Sunday, but I'll come over to your place after I see her.
Okay.
So long.
So long.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, hello, darling.
How are you feeling?
Fine. Always fine on Sunday when you come.
Is Pete or Sis home?
No, they went out for a ride.
Oh. Come on, Mom. Sit down for a minute. You're always working.
All right.
Before I forget.
Joe, I don't want it. Ruth and Pete take care of all I need.
Come on, they haven't got an exclusive on you, have they? Besides, maybe someday you'll want to buy something useless.
But you should be saving your money to get married.
I haven't even met the right girl yet, Mom. Besides, the kind of money I'm making, I can't even afford to think about it.
Well, now, don't get impatient, Joe. You've only been at Jordan's store 3 years. Is something wrong at the store?
No, not that I know of. Say, do you remember Tom Johnson?
Tom Johnson.
We graduated Central High together.
Oh, yes.
He's going to get married.
Well, how nice. What does he do?
He's a sales clerk, too. He works at the M&H store.
Does he make more than you?
Yeah, he belongs to the union. That's what got his salary up. He's talked to me about joining the union, but I don't know. I don't want to be just another guy in a big organization.
I don't want you to be either, Joe. Your father refused to have any truck with the unions. Said he'd make his own way and get ahead on his own merits. You wait a minute. Joe, your father was a respected man, believe me. When the firm finally let him go, they gave him this gold watch. To Paul Adams, faithful servant for 30 years. Not many men are so honored by their employers.
I know it, Mom.
He got along all right without unions, and so can you. It's the unions that have put up the prices on everything. My land. Common, everyday workers acting like bank presidents. You should hear the way those painters that work for Pete are trying to bleed him. Even asking for sick benefits. As if it was Pete's fault if one of them got sick.
Oh, Mom. Joe.
Hi.
Want to stay for dinner?
I can't, Sis, but thanks anyway.
Oh.
How are things, Pete?
Be great if I could keep the shop running the way it should, but labor problems. Brother.
Mom tells me you've been having some trouble.
Trouble? I got pickets.
Don't laugh, Joe. He gets purple when he starts talking about the union.
Yeah, those painters got behind my back and joined the union, see? And this union guy comes around and starts to tell me how I have to pay my help. He even said my paint spraying equipment was unsatisfactory. Unhelpful to operate, he says. How do you like that? Here I am on the verge of cleaning up. While with new cars getting tough to get, people are painting up the old ones. I even raised my basic price $5 a car, not one squawk out of a customer. So what happens? The painters demand more money.
And just when you can afford to pay it, too.
Yeah. You joined the union, Joe?
No, Pete. I've got to run along, Mom. I'll see you next Sunday.
Goodbye, dear.
Bye-bye. So long, Pete.
So long, Joe.
Bye, Sis.
Bye, Joe.
Joe, come on in. Come on. And this is the future Mrs. Johnson. Joyce to you, Joe.
Tom told me so much about you. I'm glad to meet you, Joe.
You're both marrying swell people.
Oh, a diplomat.
I'm a little envious, too.
Every man in the country should be envious of me. Joe, I want you to meet Linda. Linda Andrews, Joe Adams.
Hello.
Hello.
Look, help yourself, you two, huh?
It's a nice party, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you work with Tom?
No, I work at the Jordan store.
Oh.
Would you like a Coke or a sandwich or something?
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Good.
Tried to phone you last night. Wanted you to go dancing with us.
I wasn't home. I had to work late.
Oh, that's murder.
Does your store stay open at night?
No, it was inventory.
Oh. Well, at least you have the consolation of getting overtime pay.
Not where I work. It's all part of the job.
Does your union allow that?
I don't belong to a union. I don't believe in them. Well, they're all right for some people, but I figure if I can't get ahead on my own merit, well, I just don't deserve to get ahead at all.
Oh. How's your darling daughter? Oh, she's wonderful. Oh, which reminds me, I better get home. The babysitter's probably getting restless.
You have a daughter?
Yes. I belong to a union, too. Well, I had a wonderful time. Thanks for asking me. Goodbye, Tom.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Wonderful girl.
Yeah, she divorced or something?
Her husband died about 2 years ago.
Oh. She seemed like an awfully nice girl. I liked her.
Won't do any good. Joe can't change things, honey.
What'd he say, Joe?
No go. Sorry, Pop.
Well, I knew it wouldn't change anything, but thanks for trying, Joe.
What a rotten thing to do.
If I hear of anything, I'll let you know.
Well, thanks, boys. It's been nice working with you. Now, I'll see you around.
Well, Pop. So long, Pop.
What'd Jordan say?
Told me to mind my own business. He said Pop was getting too old to work here anymore. He made too many suggestions. And he said he wasn't going to have any of the help telling him how to run his business.
Oh, that's hogwash. Pop's only 50. You know why I let him go, and after 15 years.
Gee, I wonder what he'll do. He and his wife were just barely managing anyway.
Golly, I don't know. All I want to do is find me another job as soon as I can. And when that happens, I'm going to punch Jordan's teeth right down his throat. How about some dinner?
I've got to meet a friend of mine. I'll see you tomorrow.
Unfortunately.
Good night, Eddie. Firing Pop Elkins the way he did, it made all of us, you know, distrustful. When you first start working for Jordan, he makes a big pitch about his bonus plan. See, after every 5 years of service, he's supposed to pay a bonus of $500.
Does he?
Well, Pop had collected twice, but next month he'd have completed his 15th year with the store. So he was due to collect another $500.
So your boss saved himself $500 by canning the old man, huh?
It sure looks that way. Most of the other guys figure it that way, too.
How do you figure it, Joe?
Kind of the same way, I guess, except... Well, I can see how Jordan feels. After all, it is his store, and he can hire or fire whoever he wants to. But when I kind of made a pitch about Pop, he told me to mind my own business, and then ended up by giving me a $2.50 raise. I don't know how to feel about him now. I didn't even ask for the raise. How do you figure out a guy like that, Tom?
As far as I'm concerned, it's not worth trying. Thanks.
That girl I met at your party, Linda? I liked her.
Uh-huh. Nice girl.
Widow, huh?
Yeah.
What happened to her husband?
I don't know for sure. Joyce said he worked for a construction firm and got hurt.
It's too bad. She's got a little girl, huh?
Only a baby, about 3 years old, I think.
You suppose Linda would go out with me?
I don't know. Ask her.
Where can I reach her? Do you know her phone number?
Well, no, but... Well, say, she always comes to the union meetings. There's one tomorrow night. Why don't you go with me and you can see her there?
Why don't you just give me her number and I'll call her sometime?
Afraid you'll get talked into joining? Okay. I'll get a number for you from Joyce.
I hope you don't mind riding the bus, Linda. I don't own a car. Oh, swell. Then I'll pick you up about 8 o'clock. Yeah, and... Thanks, Linda. Bye. Hello.
Come on in, Joe. Won't you sit down? Why, Joe. A gardenia. I can't remember when anyone brought me a first size. It's beautiful.
I'm glad you like it.
But well, I'm afraid I can't go out tonight. I couldn't get a sitter to stay with Phyllis.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Well, if you had something you wanted to do, Joe, it's okay if you don't want to stay.
No, I just wanted to be with you. It's quite a nice place you have here.
I've lived here ever since since he passed away. Yes, that's George. Oh, would you like to see my daughter?
Very much.
That's all right. She wouldn't wake up if we tore the house down.
She's beautiful. Just beautiful.
I called every sitter I know, but everyone was busy.
So we'll be the sitters tonight.
I'm going to wear my gardenias anyway.
Wonderful. How old is she?
3 next month.
She's so little.
Oh, give her time. She'll fill out. Like it?
Mm-hmm. Sure hot today. Tonight, too.
Well, what do you say we go up on the roof? You know, it's a lot cooler than it is down here.
What about the baby?
Oh, if she cries, I can hear her from up there. Come on. Such a big sigh.
Just looking out at the city, thinking. It's so big. Seeing it from here makes me feel small.
It's built by people no bigger than you.
Gee, it's nice up here. It makes you forget time and everything else.
Joe, I'm still puzzled. If you don't like working for this Mr. Jordan, why do you stay there?
Oh, I like him all right, really. I just don't like some of the things he does. But after all, it's his business. He owns it. He certainly has the right to run it the way he wants to. And believe me, I'd like to be as successful as he is.
Is that what you want someday, a store of your own?
Yeah. An auto parts and accessory store. I know I could be a success with one, too.
What are you doing about getting it?
What am I doing? Well, I figure I'm learning a lot about the business by working for Jordan. Trying to save enough money so I can buy into some store. You know, become a partner with someone. Saving enough money seems to be the stumbling block. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm no spendthrift. But I can just barely manage to make both ends meet on my present salary.
It figures. You know, I'll never forget what you said to me the first time we met. At Tom.
What did I say?
I don't believe in unions. I can't get ahead on my own merit. I just don't deserve to get ahead. Remember?
Sure. That's what I believe.
I used to believe in Santa Claus, too.
What's that got to do with it?
Joe, you're just not being realistic. You talk about saving enough money to invest in a business, and in the next breath you admit that you're not making enough to do anything more than survive.
Well, I'll get a break someday.
Break?
Well, sure. Jordan or somebody will recognize my merit and give me my big chance.
Do you realize that the biggest reward you can ever get from an employer like Mr. Jordan is a gold watch after 20 years of underpaid drudgery? He might even throw in a free meal at a company dinner to make you feel more important. And to keep you and the others from remembering that he's made handsome profits by appealing to your sense of loyalty. Or by making you afraid instead of paying you what you're worth. Maybe you can win the world with your own 2 hands, but you'll be 1 out of 180 million.
Did you see the picture at the Regency last week? Do you remember how Edward Arnold went through all kinds of trouble, but he finally built himself a lumber empire? It can be done, Linda.
It could be done, Joe, back in 1870, 1880. Life was pretty simple then. There was the whole West to be discovered and claimed. This is the 20th century, Joe. You just don't get into a covered wagon, go west, and grab off 100,000 acres of land anymore. It's all been discovered and claimed. And for your information, Edward Arnold belongs to a union.
What?
He and Betty Grable and William Holden.
Oh, I don't believe it.
My sister's a script girl in Hollywood. She belongs to a union, too. Come on, Joe. I'll make us some sandwiches and some iced tea.
But no, thanks. I've had enough. Say, I'd better get along so you can get some sleep.
Phyllis does get up early. She has no respect for my desire to sleep late on Sundays.
Good night.
Good night. Thanks again, Joe.
I didn't mean to argue with you about unions or anything.
It wasn't any argument. You're just being a rugged individualist.
Is that bad?
No, it's fine, if it has direction.
What has your clerks' union ever done for you?
Well, it's given me a decent salary so I can maintain a home for Phyllis. Gives me 15 days sick leave per year if I need them, with pay. And 2 weeks vacation, with pay. What's your rugged individualism ever done for you? Good night, Joe.
Can I come babysit with you again, Linda? Soon?
Anytime, Joe.
Good night.
Night.
Joe's life took on a new and happier meaning as he came to love Linda. Her name was on his lips and in his heart. His friends could do nothing but listen because when a man is in love for the first time in his life, well, you just have to put up with his ravings. And with love came a reason to make plans. But Joe's plans took money. He didn't want to marry Linda and try to be a father to little Phyllis on a salary that was less than his future bride's. His immediate remedy was to pick up an extra job, an extra few dollars per week. He began working Sundays at a used car lot. But as important as money was, his sudden need was to know more to prepare himself for the future he felt had to be just around the corner.
Starting tomorrow night?
What?
Night school. I'm going to study retail store management. It's important, Linda. I figure in about 7 more months, I'll have saved enough money to buy a share in some store. I've got my eye on one now. I'll not only buy in, but I'll know something about store management when I do. Linda, I'm so in love with you.
I'm in love with you too, darling, but...
Honey, when we get married, I want to come to you as something more than just a guy who earns less than you do. I want to hand you a wonderful future as a wedding present. You and Phyllis.
You work all day, even Sundays, go to school at night. You're really doing it the hard way, aren't you, darling?
Joe didn't understand what Linda meant by doing it the hard way. He didn't even suspect that he was due to find out also the hard way. He knew what he wanted now. So he began working for it. Because he was healthy and strong, it never occurred to Joe to wonder how long he could stand the grind he put himself on, working 7 days a week, attending school, or studying every night. He never speculated on how long any man could stand the strain. He was too proud of his growing bank account to think about anything else. The more it grew, the closer he got to his dream. And the farther he got away from it. But Joe didn't realize that until his own body, worked to the point of exhaustion, began to let him down. Joe got sick. It started with a cold. They're fairly simple things these days. Take a few pills and knock them out of your system. But when you've used up every last ounce of energy in your body, when you're so exhausted you can't fight, a cold can quickly turn into something more serious. Joe's cold turned into something a lot more serious.
I really can't tell you much as yet. The boy has a critical case of lobar pneumonia. It's complicated by a condition of almost complete fatigue. He simply has no strength.
But he will get well. He'll be all right, won't he?
We'll continue to do everything we can to help him.
So Joe entered the ring with the Grim Reaper, and the odds were all against him. Aided by modern medicine and the prayers and love of Linda, his mother and his friends, he battled for his life. Yes, Joe finally won his fight, and to those who loved him, that's all that mattered. But to Joe, his sickness cost him his dream. The money he had struggled to save for the future disappeared as he paid for the illness of the past.
But the hospital and doctor bills took every cent I'd saved.
I'm sorry, Joe, but you can't expect me to pay you for not working these last 3 weeks. I saved a job for you, and a man in your position was lucky to have a job to come back to.
Could you see a way clear then to give me an advance on my salary?
That's against my policy. If I did that, I'd establish a precedent, and every clerk in the place would be asking for an advance.
Mr. Jordan, I'm broke. I have to pay my room rent. I have to eat.
So do I.
Relax, Joe. The other fellows and me, we know how tough things are for you right now. Here. Go on and take it. You'd be the first one to help out if one of us got sick and needed help.
You can't afford that, Eddie.
It's not all for me. We took up a collection. Now, here, take it.
Careful now.
Oh, this one's for us, darling.
Oh.
They're going on a 2-week honeymoon using their vacation time for the honeymoon.
I like to be paid to go on a honeymoon with Joyce.
Wasn't it a wonderful wedding, Joyce? Oh, it certainly was, darling. Thanks a million.
You make a terrific best man, Joe.
Thanks, Tom. You're still the best man.
Of course, some of the managers are still giving us a rough time, but more and more the stores that have signed union contracts are admitting they have less trouble and get more efficiency from their employees since we organized them.
Oh, Joe, I'd like you to meet Bob Higgins, Mr. Abbott.
So you're the Joe that's taken up all of Linda's time.
I hope to take up the rest of her life.
Will you excuse me? I want to look after my guests.
Tom told me you were a union organizer.
The way you say that, you make it sound like you were accusing me of plotting against the government.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. I would like to talk to you about your union sometime.
Where do you work, Joe?
The Jordan and Company store.
I know that place. Tough employer.
All of us who work there, well, we're starting to believe our only chance is by joining a union. We're not getting any place now the way we are, that's a cinch. But we just don't know how to go about it.
Call your fellow workers together in a meeting sometime. I'll be glad to explain it to them.
We gotta be careful, you know. Jordan would fire a lot of us if he ever found out we were trying to organize.
Well, that's a chance you'll have to run, Joe. But you can't make any progress unless you're willing to take that chance.
I guess so. Look, I'll get the group together and... Will you phone me, say, the end of the week?
I'll phone you Friday, Joe.
Swell. What are you laughing at?
Well, Tom told me he'd run out of arguments to use on you. And Linda said she loved you too much to try to insist on you changing your mind about unions. We were all plotting to try to find a way to get you interested. Now I see no plot was necessary.
How are you two getting along?
Fine.
I worked for Jordan 4 years and 3 months. He'd given me 1 raise.
What's your present salary?
I'm ashamed to tell you. I think we ought to also ask that Jordan take Pop Elkins back. He had no reason to fire him.
Don't worry about that, Eddie. We've already thought about it.
Well, you've all discovered how Jordan operates. And you've learned the disparity in wages he pays for identical work. Mr. Holmes has been with the store for 11 years. And instead of ever getting an increase in salary, he's taken 2 cuts instead. Now, for whatever reason Jordan may have, he pays what he pleases to whomever he pleases. You get no vacations with pay, you get no sick benefits, and you get no overtime pay.
We know all that, Mr. Higgins, but let's face it. Jordan will hit the ceiling when he finds out we've organized. I bet a lot of us get fired.
Some of you may, but you'll get your jobs back and collect pay for the time that you were off. We'll make that very plain to Mr. Jordan.
Who'll make that plain to him?
The oldest and largest organization of its kind, devoted exclusively to your craft. Retail Clerks International Association. You've already decided you want the RCIA to represent you.
And remember, the RCIA was founded in...
1888, Joe.
Thanks. 1888. And it's been affiliated with the American Federation of Labor ever since 1890. This is no new outfit. It knows what it's doing.
Now look, you've organized because you finally realized that individually you can't get any place with Jordan.
What makes you so sure we can get any place with him as a group?
Can you break that stick? That's what Jordan has been doing to you one by one. Try to break this bundle. Jordan can't break this bundle either. Nobody can. So remember this. So long as we stay tied together like this bundle, we can't be whipped. Now, you've all read the contract we prepared to submit to Jordan. You ready to vote on it, approve it, and we'll pass out the ballots.
Put your X right where it says yes.
Stated, Mr. Jordan didn't like the idea at all. No, sir. Bob Higgins only got to mention the word union. He never got a chance to get down to the details. Jordan refused to observe the legal rights of his employees to organize. He started a campaign of divide and conquer on his own, sure that he could break the back of all their efforts. And some of the men were fired. When he finally learned what the union was asking for the workers, he didn't even discuss the terms. He simply rejected them and then proceeded to toss a bombshell at the worried clerks.
All right, your union boss is asking for what he calls a minimum wage. I'll raise you all to that minimum wage and go $5 more. Now, do you still want a union?
Don't do it. Why, it's the oldest gag in the business. You think he'll keep you on at your new wage? Watch what happens next. He'll hire new clerks to take your place at your old salary and maybe less. And just as soon as the new ones are broken in and well-trained, he'll fire you.
That's what I had in my pay envelope, Linda. He gave all of us the raise.
Bob's right. Jordan's trying to pull a fast one.
Maybe so, honey, but most of the guys are pretty confused about it. They figure they don't need a union if Jordan's willing to raise them that much.
You've got to stick together, Joe. You'll lose everything if you don't.
But, honey, look. That extra $5 is going to add up after a while.
All right, Adams, this is Smith, a new clerk. We're adding extra help. Teach him the stock.
How are you?
Hi.
I'll certainly appreciate your helping me.
What's Jordan paying you, Smith?
Well, Mr. Jordan instructed me not to tell anyone.
Well, my union instructed me not to teach any of Mr. Jordan's new help how to take over my job.
All right, Adams, you're fired. Now get out of here.
You're lucky, Mr. Jordan. Because my union also instructed me not to punch you right in the nose.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll close the store before I give in to those hoodlums. I'll show them who can last the longest.
You're not very realistic, Jordan. You know you can't afford to close that store.
Well, I won't give in to them.
You know, I used to feel the same way you do about it, but it didn't do me any good. No. The day of cheap labor's over, and you might as well face it.
Cheap? I raised them all, and they still want a union. I even gave them $5 more than they asked for.
They're smart, too. Don't kid yourself. They know it's a trick.
Well,
You know, I've had a union contract for, over 3 years, and it hasn't hurt my profits any. As a matter of fact, my business has increased. You know, those unions do a lot more than just collect dues. They actually train their people to be better salesmen. Not that I don't fight every increase they ask for, but...
The sooner you sign, the better off you will be, Jordan. You know, your clerks aren't delivering 100% this way.
All right.
As it comes to all men who try to break a solid bundle of sticks, Jordan finally became, if not amicable, at least willing to listen. Both sides gave a little, and eventually an understanding was reached. Jordan signed on the dotted line, and the contract became effective. Joe, Pop Elkins, and others who'd been fired returned to work and collected retroactive pay. Jordan and Company became another RCIA store, and a whole new way of life began for Joe Adams.
With this ring, I do thee wed.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Mom.
Linda,
Oh, darling.
Joe, I want you to have this.
Thanks, Mom.
And that's the best possible way to get a gold watch, as a present at the beginning of a new life, not as a symbol of a wasted one. Across the width and breadth of our great country, the retail clerks who sell merchandise across the counters of our many stores are joining the RCIA. Like Joe Adams, they're learning membership in a union doesn't hamper individualism. On the contrary, it gives them a real chance to be heard, where it'll be most effective, in open meetings with fellow clerks. Union membership has never kept anyone from earning more money or gaining advancement. Union membership has always given everyone more security, more freedom, more opportunity. Unionism is a way of life, an American way of life. Unionism is Americanism.
Well, there's your picture. Linda was right when she said I belong to a union. I do and have for many years. You know, there are a lot of bright young fellas like Joe Adams in this country, full of ambition, rugged individualists. Their problems are pretty much the same, but in order to be a rugged individualist, you must earn a living wage. And your chances are mighty, mighty slim of earning a living wage unless you belong to a union. We take our unions pretty seriously here in Hollywood. We attend all their meetings and sound off at them. If you don't attend your Retail Clerks Union meetings and sound off, you're not participating in one of the most important functions of your life. As Tom Johnson says here in your story, the guy who don't vote and then gripes about the fellow that's elected. You know, being a union member means more than just paying your dues on time. Your union is only as strong and as good as your individual members. Remember that. And remember that, too.
Sit.
Take it.
Sit down. You must have smelled we were going to have steak.
Now I got my new teeth. Maybe I can chew it.
What do you want for $2? Filet mignon?
Not if you sell it.
What's on the program today? Another long-winded speaker?
One of the movies.
Well, I could use a snooze.
If you don't get indigestion from that hunk of shoe leather.
Now, look here, Sid. If you don't like my steaks, you don't have to buy them. You don't show up here for months at a time, then you go belly aching over everything.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gentlemen, please. We have a long program and, Okay, Herb, put it away. We all know you've been to Paris. Gentlemen, I'm glad to see such a nice turnout for a change. Through the courtesy of our newest, but already one of our most active members, we are going to see a very interesting movie. It's called From the Ground to You, the story of a great international oil company. As I said before, the picture's being shown through the courtesy of our new fellow member, Bert Callahan. Stand up, Bert, and take a bow. When'd they let him in?
A couple of months ago. Smitty proposed it.
Callahan's okay. He's the kind of member we need.
Why, because he gives you a couple cents off on your gas?
I say he's a nice fella. Smart, too.
He's a gyp. That's what he is. A cut price artist. Don't tell me.
Hey, ain't he the guy you said would be out of business in 3 months? Remember, Walt?
Well, sure, if you chiselers support him.
Don't go crawling out of it. You won the bet, remember?
Fine bunch of friends you are. I don't know where to take my business from now on.
Your kind of business you can keep.
Who's on the entertainment committee? I'm going to tell them off right now.
What you got to beef about?
They got no right to let a competitor sell my customers.
Who says we're your customers? You own this club?
I've been a member 12 years. It ain't right.
Relax. Maybe you'll learn something.
It's an insult. That's what it is.
Take it easy, Sid. It's a free country in it.
I don't have to sit here and be insulted. I'm going to resign right this minute, see?
Did he pay for his lunch?
I'm hungry.
You ate a big supper.
I did not.
Didn't you have steak for lunch?
No.
You told me you did.
I did, but I didn't.
Then why do you lie to me?
Go to sleep.
Don't you eat up that chicken.
Why not?
It's for tomorrow's lunch.
A man pays for food, you got a right to eat it.
You're about as romantic as a dead fish.
What? Well, gee whiz, honey, Are you still up? Oh, hello, Mr. Cooper. You know it's after 12 o'clock?
We just got in from the movies.
You have to go to movies every night?
I've only seen it 3 times.
The same movie?
Daddy, if only you knew how divine Gregory Peck is. The only reason you don't like him is because you're jealous.
Of that guy?
Of course you are. That's why you didn't want to take me.
I sat through it 3 times, didn't I? It's almost 1 o'clock. Good night.
Good night, sweet prince. Didn't I say that just like Laurence Olivier? Good night. Good night.
Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be tomorrow.
Do I have to go right now?
How dull can you get?
Who you been talking to?
Who would I be talking to, myself?
The way you been acting, it wouldn't surprise me.
Look, Em, I got troubles enough. Go to sleep. And you better tell your daughter to go to bed, too. It's almost 1 o'clock.
I'll leave her alone.
Things are bad enough. Do you think I'm going to feed every Tom, Dick, and Harry she brings home?
Sid Cooper, the last few months you haven't been fit to live with, just because you lost a few customers.
Who's going to pay the bills? You? Few customers. You know what that guy's doing now? He's giving away dishes.
He's been doing that a long time.
How do you know?
All my friends have them. Ethel Schneck has a whole set.
She buys from Callahan, too? Fine friends you got.
They're such cute dishes. I wish I could...
You can tell Schneck from me the next time I need some plumbing. I know a good plumber. And he don't give away dishes either. Something I can do for you?
I wanted a wash in the lube job. The boy says you don't do washing.
Well, I can grease it for you, but I'm a little short of help.
Well, if you can't wash it, never mind.
You check the oil?
Not yet.
Never mind, don't bother.
The last time I came through here, you were doing all right. What happened?
I didn't have the kind of competition I got now. Cut-price gyps. Cheapskates around here will drive 5 miles just to save 2 cents on a gallon of gas or get a lousy dish.
Tell me, Sid, do you have any dough put away?
A little, but gee, if things keep going on the way they are.
Well, why don't you unload?
How do you mean?
Sell out. Get into something else.
After 12 years?
Why not? Get out where the getting is good, I always say.
I don't know, Unc. At my age, it ain't easy to get into another business.
Oh, what are you talking about? Why, you're just a baby. Look at me. I've been in and out 100 businesses.
Yeah, but who'd buy me out?
There's a sucker born every minute. Hook one. Nothing to it. I'll tell you what you do. I wouldn't do this for anyone else, you understand? But you've always been my favorite nephew. You know that. Now, you get yourself some cash, and I'll let you in on the sweetest deal you ever heard. You're the kind of partner I could use. Young, aggressive, know all about cars, but you gotta act fast, you understand? I want to show you something. Come on inside a minute.
Be reasonable, will you, Emma?
No.
You don't trust me?
No.
Well, you trust Uncle Willie, don't you?
That old goat. How many times he been married? 6, 7 times?
Well, what's that got to do with it?
What's he want to do, get married again on our money?
Of course not. He wants to take me in as his partner.
Take you in? He'll take you in, all right. If you think I'm going to let you sell a roof over my head to put money in some crackpot scheme, you... Go answer the bell.
Crackpot scheme. What do you know about business?
Oh, good evening, Mr. Cooper.
Hello.
Is Wendy... I'm taking Wendy to dinner.
Well, come in.
I'm glad I found you home.
Me?
I've been wanting to talk to you. Alone, that is. Oh, it's not what you think. You see, I'm a book salesman. I sell encyclopedias.
Now, look here. If you think you're going to sell me...
Oh, I'm not trying to sell you.
Oh, you sold my wife, did you? Well, you're taking them right back, see?
Mr. Cooper, I
Don't
did.
Mr. Cooper me. I know my wife. Offer her anything. $1 down, $1 a week. She buys it. Now it's encyclopedias. I need encyclopedias like I need a hole in my head. No books, understand? We got enough junk now.
I'm not trying to sell anything. Not to you or Mrs. Cooper.
Then what are you talking about?
Well, I thought maybe you could give me some advice.
What do I know about books? I got troubles enough.
Oh, it's not about books. I can sell books. I'm a good book salesman.
Then what are you complaining about?
There's no future in it. With all the competition we've got.
You got competition.
Oh, yes, all kinds of competition. Comic books, TV, radio. Kids don't read today. And it's too bad, because, well, you see, Mr. Cooper, We're offering the greatest value in the history of the publishing business. It's an offer no truly American family can afford to miss. You do have children or a child, don't you, Mr. Cooper? Would you want that child to go through life handicapped? Can a man in your position afford to have a child who isn't thoroughly grounded in all the knowledge and all the culture in the world? Would you deny...
Now, you look here.
There I go again. I get so I even say it in my sleep. That's why I gotta get into something else.
What do you want of me?
I thought maybe you could give me some advice. I want to go in business.
You want my advice? Go have your head examined. Anybody goes in business today.
I know it isn't easy.
You got a job? Stick to it. Go sell your books. Don't go looking for trouble.
I've already decided.
Then what are you bothering me for?
Is it very hard to get in the service station business?
Nope. It's a cinch. It's getting out that's tough.
Could you tell me how to go about it? Getting in, I mean.
Look, I got troubles of my own. Can't I... Where's Wendy? Wendy, you got company. You know what it costs to go in business today?
Well, I got the money. Or I will have in a few days. It ought to be enough to get me started.
What did you say?
I said I'll have the money. I get my inheritance this week.
Inheritance?
My aunt left it to me. She didn't have anybody else. Never did get married. Last October, she died.
Well, congratulations. That's too bad. Was she an old lady?
Pretty old.
She left you all her money. I think that was She must have been a very nice lady.
She was. And she always used to say she'd like to see me get in a business of my own. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
You know, son, I always like to see a young fella that's got ambition. And if I can help you any, by golly, I think you came just to the right party. Do you know anything about the service station business?
No, sir, but I'm willing to learn. And if you could tell me how to go about it.
Yes, sir, just the right party. Let me see.
Of course, I wasn't thinking about a station in town here.
Why not? What's the matter with the town?
Oh, I like the town.
You know how much business is right here? I can tell you. Plenty. And I ought to know. Oh, sure, we got a little competition, but don't let that worry you none. I'll show you how to run that guy right out of town. You just follow my advice and you won't have nothing to worry about.
You really think there's room here for another station?
Who said anything about another station? What's the matter with mine? I wouldn't do this for anybody, you know, but just happens that I was thinking of selling, and you're just the kind of a fella I'd like to see take over.
Oh, I hadn't thought about your station.
Son, I've been building up that station for 12 years. I wouldn't think of selling it, not to anybody else. But it just happens that I've got a big proposition that... excuse me a minute. You just sit right there. Emma, put on a couple more plates. We got company for supper.
A little to the left. Now the S. Hey, Gene? Okay. They do that often?
Do what?
Drive in, drive out.
Oh, sure. Lots of cheapskates in the world. But don't you worry about them. As soon as that jip down the street goes broke, you'll be doing okay. Ought to double your gallonage.
Do you think he will go broke?
Can't miss. Cuts price on everything he sells. Gives away dishes, pink stamps, stays open all hours of the night. Let him. Longer he stays open, the more dishes he got to give away. I bet he loses money on every gallon of gas he sells. Think he can keep doing that? You do just like I told you. Don't sell nothing unless you get your full price. That's what you're in business for, to make a profit. Oh, sure, a lot of people will try to chisel you. Tell you they can get a grease job for 98 cents. They can buy tires cheaper one place, batteries in another. Let them. I got no patience with chiselers. What can I do for you?
I got a real special for you, Sid. Here's a bargain you can't afford to miss. Hot Shot Wax, the Magic Jiffy Wax, sells like hotcakes.
How much?
$12.60 a case, and I give you 1 case free for every 2 you buy.
$12.60. You call that a bargain? I can get all I want for 10 1/4.
Oh, not Hot Shot.
Yeah, Hot Shot.
Oh, you can't do it, mister. That's less than I pay for it, and I throw in 1 case free.
And so does every other guy comes in.
How about some jumbo flashlights, $9.80 a dozen?
Nothing doing. I got more of them in stock than you got. Can't give them away. Come around sometime when you got something you want to sell. See Ned here. He's taking over.
Oh, is that so? You want to come out and take a look in my truck?
Think there's anything I need?
Not at his prices. Just sit tight. He'll be around again. You got to learn how to chisel these guys. Well, so long, son. I'm taking off in the morning. Good luck to you, boy. And just do everything like I told you. You'll do okay.
No wonder she's overheating. Fan belt is gone.
That'll do it. Every time.
Can you put in a new one?
Sure can.
I have to go down to the store. I'll be back for it in a little while.
Anytime. Hey, Sam, which one of these belts is for a Chevy?
Chevy takes a 700.
700? Are you sure it's a 700? I don't see any 700s.
Sure, I'm sure. Anybody knows that. Well, so are all of them.
Oh, and I promised the customer I'd put one on.
What do you want of me? I only work here.
Gee whiz, with all these belts, wouldn't you think there'd be one to fit a Chevy?
You don't know much about cars, do you?
What do you think I ought to do?
Order some.
Yeah, but I need one now.
Send the kid out for one.
Gonna be on that job much longer?
Rest of the day.
Well, what about that lube job?
Look, I only got 1 pair of hands, and we only got 1 lift.
Yeah, I know, but if we promise a customer...
You promised it. I promised this. What do you want me to do? Drop this for a lousy lube job? You don't get a job like this every day. You got a lot to learn about this business, I can see that.
Oh, so soon? Mom, I just got the yummiest record. Wait till you hear it. Come on in.
Sit down, Ned.
Thanks, I really ought to get going. Had kind of a tough day.
Sit down.
Come on. Thought my husband was the only one complained.
He's worse than Dad ever was. Killjoy.
No, I'm not. It's just that when you...
Shh. Listen to this.
Love, oh, careless love.
How are things at the station?
Mom, please.
Oh, careless love. You see what careless love has done.
How are things at the station? Can't you just die? Every time I hear it, Hey. Hey, you!
Oh, it's real pretty.
All the insulting things.
Oh, I said it was a real pretty song.
If that's what you think of my company, you can leave right this minute.
What did I do now?
And what's more, you needn't come back. Goodbye.
Did I say something?
Of course not. Don't pay any attention to her. Tell me, how are things going?
I wish I knew. I got a lot to learn, I guess. About a lot of things.
Sid always complained, too. Didn't matter how good business was, he still complained. Now, don't you go be like that.
I won't.
You still haven't told me how business is.
It's a little early to tell yet. Could be a lot better, though.
There you go. Just like Sid. Of course, I'm only a woman. Women aren't supposed to know anything about business. But don't you get discouraged.
I'm not discouraged. It's just that, well, to sit there and see all those cars go by, seems like a lot more of them ought to stop.
Uh-huh. Just what I thought.
Not much I can do about it.
Don't you believe it. You know why they don't come in? I can tell you. Pink stamps.
You mean those premium stamps?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think people expect to get them in a gas station.
That's because you're a man. I'm a woman. I know better. You think I'd buy from anybody who didn't give 'em? Look. Come over here. I got them all for pink stamps. Hey, look at this. Isn't it lovely? I got it just today, only 60 stamps.
What is it?
What do you mean, what is it? It'd have to be something?
I thought maybe it was a salt shaker.
A salt shaker? Now, isn't that just like a man?
You checked Sid's figures, didn't you? Well, he showed me his books, but the figures didn't mean very much to me. I know he used to make money. That is, up to last year he did.
Here's the whole story right here. The last 2 years, Sid averaged about 14,000 gallons a month. He hit 16,000 once, 3 years ago. Ever since, he's been going downhill. You're doing about 12,000 now, aren't you?
I did less than that the month I've been here.
Does it seem reasonable to you that a station that proved it could do 16,000 would drop to less than 12, unless there was a good reason for it?
There's reason enough. That new station wasn't here 3 years ago.
No, it wasn't. It opened 7 months ago.
I knew it was going to be rough for a while. But as soon as that guy goes out of business, I ought to do a lot better.
What makes you think Callahan's going out of business?
Well, if he keeps losing money.
Callahan's not in business to lose money any more than you are. He's a pretty shrewd operator. Been in the business a long time.
You mean you think I bought a lemon?
Not at all. If Sid could do 16,000 gallons, you should be able to do at least that. There are about 4.5 million more cars on the road today than there were 3 years ago. And look at all the new construction going on right in town here. There's more business here than there ever was, but you've got to go after it.
I was thinking the other day, maybe I ought to give out those stamps. You know what I mean, those premium stamps?
I know a lot of dealers that do. People do save them, particularly the women.
Did you ever see the junk they get for them?
Oh, they have some good merchandise, too. But that's not the point. To be honest with you, I don't like the idea of premiums or discounts or cutting prices any more than you do. But if it's a matter of meeting a competitive situation, it isn't a question of what we like or don't like. The important thing is to get people in here so you get a chance to sell them on your products and services. Premiums are just another form of price concession. And if you want to stay in business today, you've got to be competitive. But price isn't the only consideration. Service, housekeeping, clean restrooms, and hours of operation are equally important. If you close earlier than your competition does, for example, do you realize you're exposing your customers to competition?
How do you mean?
Well, many of your customers may not find it convenient to buy gas or oil or have their cars lubricated during the day. And if they find your competition open for business after you've already closed for the night, 9 chances out of 10 you're going to lose those customers to competition. So you see, price isn't the only factor. Then, too, there's a matter of service. What kind of service does your competitor give? Do you know? Is it as good or better than the kind of service you give?
I wouldn't know.
Don't you think it'd pay you to find out?
What are you stopping here for?
Just a minute, I want to see something.
we'll be late for the show.
No, we won't. Wendy, would you...
I want it on.
All right, but listen. Will you do me a favor?
Does it mean missing the show?
Oh, no, we got plenty of time. Will you do it? It's awful important. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't.
What is it?
Drive the car in there and buy some gas.
Of all the silly things.
No, it isn't. Go on and do it, will you?
Have you lost your mind? Haven't you got gas at your station?
That's not the point. I want to find out what kind of service they give.
Drive it in yourself.
I can't do that. They might recognize me.
So what?
It's better if you do it. It'll only take a few minutes. I'll walk on ahead and meet you in front of the theater.
If we miss that show...
We won't.
How much should I buy?
Anything they sell you. Here. And remember, everything you see in here. How many?
Well, I don't know. A few, I guess.
You want me to fill it up?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need any gas.
What?
Tank's full. Only took a half a gallon.
Well, maybe my father must have filled it.
Don't your gauge work?
My gauge? Well, I'm allergic to gauges. You know how it is.
Oh, sure. Any other little thing I can do for you?
Can't think of anything.
Wait a minute. I'll get your windshield.
How much was the gas?
Oh, no rush. It's too bad I gotta work. Wait just a minute. Got to give you the full treatment. I thought you'd never get here.
Remind me never to speak to you again.
Why? What happened?
You just tried to make a fool of me, that's all. Sending me in there like that. You knew all the time the tank was full.
It couldn't have been.
Well, it certainly was. It only took a half a gallon.
Gee, honey, I'm sorry. I didn't know, honest.
I've never been so embarrassed in all my life. If he hadn't been so nice about it, I don't know what I would have done. What a dreamboat.
A dreamboat?
You should see him. He has the waviest hair and the brownest eyes. Yummy. He couldn't have been nicer.
Is that so?
Hmm?
What'd he do?
He gave me the full treatment.
What's that?
Well, he wiped off the whole car.
You mean the windshield?
I said the whole car, didn't I?
For half a gallon of gas?
He certainly did. Then he brushed out the floorboards with a little broom and emptied the ashtray.
He did, huh?
Oh, look.
Did he check the oil?
Did he? Well, how should I know? You expect me to remember all the details? You, want me to go back tomorrow?
No, thanks. I found out all I want to know. Mind if I sweep out your floorboards?
Not at all. How long have you been working here?
A little over a month now. I run the station.
What happened to Sourpuss, the one who used to run it?
I bought him out.
I see. Do you give service like this all the time?
We're sure going to try.
How about washing cars and the oil things, you know? Do you do just as thorough a job on that? Lubrication, that's what I'm trying to think of.
Yes, ma'am, we sure do.
Oh, I must remember to tell my husband he's the fussiest thing about that lubrication business.
Well, you're just about due for an oil change and a lube job now. We could do it for you right away. Only takes a few minutes.
Oh, I wouldn't dare. This car's my husband's baby. He's got to be right there when it's being done. But I'll tell him about it. He'll be in.
I'll sure appreciate it. Here you are, Sam. Here's one for you.
What's that for?
Well, you know, I told you, from now on, we're going to sweep out the floorboards of every car that comes in here.
Give it to the kid. I got work to do.
Oh, he's got one. This one's yours.
Look, feller, I'm a mechanic. I ain't no janitor. If you think I'm going to go sweeping out floorboards...
Oh, it only takes a minute. And besides, it gives us a swell chance to check door jam stickers. How do you think I sold that lube job?
You want to do it? You go right ahead. I do enough work around here. Sid never got any crazy ideas like you got.
Look, Sam, I'm not interested in what Sid did. From now on, we're going to give service around here. I'm not asking you to do anything I'm not willing to do.
It's bad enough working for Sid at starvation wages. Do you think I'm going to be a janitor?
If that's the way you feel about it, Sam, you can quit right now.
Be happy. Deal with happy.
Any luck?
Kind of luck we got, you can throw away that rabbit's foot.
Patience, my boy, patience. Rome wasn't built in a day.
And I used to think the service station business was bad.
Tut. Just leave everything to your Uncle Willie. I figured it all out. I forgot to tell you, we've got to buy more cars.
For what, so we can lose more?
Sid, my boy, you've got a lot to learn about business, big business.
I guess I do. I'm getting so I believe that sign. We gotta be crazy. Buy cars from when you can sell them.
Is that all the confidence you have in your Uncle Willie? I told you that I had it all figured out, didn't I?
Maybe so, but
Do you want to go back to your two-bit business? Just say the word.
No, it's just that I didn't think we'd have all this cutthroat competition.
Gee, I don't know what to tell you. I've been hoping to find a man with your kind of experience, but I can't pay that kind of money.
I'm sure I can sell enough extra merchandise and service work to more than make up the difference. I proved that in the station I managed. Showed a 40% increase in 2 years. It wasn't that I had to move back here on account of my wife's folks. I'd have been in line for one of their top stations.
Oh, they gave you a swell recommendation, I can tell you that. Look, I'd hire you in a minute if I could afford it, but with business the way it is...
Don't you think you'd be better off with someone who could do a selling job for you than with some pump twister who'd only do what you tell him to do? I'm trying to sell you, sure. I'll tell you why. I want a station of my own someday. And I understand Texaco will give fellas like me a chance to get one, if I prove what I can do.
Oh, I'm sure you can do a good job. And if things pick up a little...
Do you have an incentive plan? Because if you do, I know I can earn what I have to take care of my family.
No, Oh, excuse me. Today I wish I was twins.
You go ahead. I'll finish this for you.
Oh, thanks. Differential up to level?
Yeah, it's okay. The battery's okay. Say, I like this sales and service ticket. You use it much?
Yeah, it's a good sales slip.
Oh, you use it to sell from, don't you?
How do you mean?
Well, I see you got the customer's name and make of car. I've checked off the transmission and differential, but what about these other things?
Like what?
Well, I bet that air cleaner hasn't been serviced in over a year. The rear shocks are gone. The tires ought to be rotated. And this is a cinch sale for a tune-up. Didn't she stall on you when you drove it on the lift?
Yeah, but, well, I don't do any repairs anymore, not since my mechanic left.
I don't mean repair work. That ties you up so bad it don't pay. But there's nothing to a tune-up. It's a nice profit item, and you nearly always sell a set of plugs to go along with it.
Customer didn't ask for anything but a lube job and oil.
They never do unless they're in trouble. That's what I like about this order form. It reminds you every time, and it helps you sell a lot of other things. You got his phone number? You can call him up and sell him.
His phone number? Gosh, no, I've only seen him a couple of times before.
That's one thing we never missed.
Okay, you sold me. When do you want to start?
Did you sell him something? Yes, sir. There's one born every minute. Which one you sell him? Which one? I tell you, Sid, never underestimate your Uncle Willie. Remember I told you I'd dig up a live one? Well, there he is, real live. You'll meet him tomorrow, after we sign the papers. What papers? You remember that motel I took you to see? Well, it's ours. Yes, sir, tomorrow on, we just sit back and live like two country squires. No rush, no bustle, no competition. We just sit back and let the traveling public roll right up to our door. Congratulations, son. You picked yourself a real sharp partner.
And here's one for $18. I'd say they average about $9 a ticket.
That just proves the business is there if you go after it.
I see that now. But I never realized how important it was to have good health. I'm going to replace the boy next, as soon as I find another good man.
How do you feel about your overall progress? I see you did a little better than $14,000 last month. You want to know the truth?
I'm not too happy.
Why?
Oh, I'm making progress, but between meeting Callahan's price and what my help costs me, I'm not much better off than I was a couple of months ago. If it wasn't for these extra sales.
It does take a little time. We figure 4 to 6 months in a bad competitive situation.
Oh, it's going to be a long 4 to 6 months for me.
Look at it this way. It's only been a short while since you started giving real service and got on a competitive basis. And without any promotion, you've already gotten a nice increase in gallonage. Sure, your gross profit on gasoline may be a little less, but the additional lubrication, oil sales, TBA, and labor charges you got as a result of that increase still puts you way ahead. Now that your overhead is fully covered, you're in a position to make a good profit out of every gallon of gasoline you sell.
Oh, I'm beginning to see daylight. For another 4 months.
You can do it in a lot less time if you're willing to go out after business. You see, the increase you've gotten to date has just been from people who happen to drive in. They like your service and come back. But what have you done to promote business? Does everybody in this neighborhood know about the good service you give? Do they know you do night lubrication?
How do you let them know?
Promotion? I'll tell you the quickest way. See all those houses up on the hill? There's a lot of business up there you're not getting. How about going over there and getting acquainted? Tell them about your station and your service. I'm sure a lot of them would like to know about it.
You mean door to door?
Mm-hmm.
I used to sell books that way.
Selling your station and service is a lot easier. I can assure you of that. I can get you a list of all the car owners in your neighborhood, with their names printed on the customer record cards if you wish. It's an awfully good selling tool.
We found out a lot of people would rather have their cars taken care of at night. That's why we're open till 11 every evening.
You say you keep a record like this of every car that comes in your station?
Every regular customer, yes, sir. That gives us a check on all the things that have been done and everything that should be done to keep a car operating the way it should.
Well, I'm glad to see that someone in the neighborhood is willing to give a little service. I'll be in sometime.
Thanks, Mr. Kelly. I'll sure appreciate it.
Good night.
takes care of that block.
Some fun.
You know, it is kind of fun at that.
I'm glad you think so.
Well, it works. 8 of them came in last week.
Why don't you try the next street?
I would, but I haven't got the cards.
That's exactly what I thought. Goodbye.
What? Hey. What's the big idea?
I said goodbye. And thanks for a lovely evening.
Well, gee whiz, how long did it take? We got the whole evening.
Thanks. I've had it.
Wendy, will you please be reasonable?
Let go of my arm.
You mad just because I made a few stops? Who do you think I'm doing it for, myself? You think I'm working this way because I...
Don't tell me. Let me guess. You're doing it all for poor little me.
Who else? Don't you think I want to get married? Don't you think I want a nice little home and a wife and everything?
Is this a proposal?
Well, sure.
Well, thanks. Now that we've settled that, would you please let go? Thank you.
Well, what about it?
The proposal? Oh, why, what more could a girl want? I have the moon, the stars, a lover full of romance. I wouldn't marry you if you were the last man on earth. For what? So I can sit home every night and twiddle my thumbs? No thanks.
But it won't be like that all the time once I get set and get some help.
It's too romantic. My father never worked nights, and I don't see why you should.
Oh, I guess he didn't. And there's a lot of other things he didn't do. But I'm not your father, see? And if that's the way you feel about it, good night. It was nice knowing you.
Hey! You mean you don't love me?
I'll let you know tomorrow.
All right, I heard you.
Got a vacancy?
Yep.
Like to look at it.
Right this way.
No television?
Nope.
Ain't even got a radio. I told you the other place was better.
Oh, wait a minute, will you? How much?
4.5.
4.5? What are you talking about? No radio, no TV, and you expect 4.5?
I told you the other joint was better. What are you arguing for? Come on, move. It's 4 o'clock.
No rush. No bustle. No competition. Just sit back and live like... Hey, Unc. Country squire.
What's the matter with that?
You and your big business. The next time that bell rings, you answer it. I'm taking the next bus home. You know you got to eat? I'm hungry.
That's it. Eat it. Who do you think you are, the prodigal son?
Em, I said I'm sorry. What else can I do?
Is that supposed to fix everything?
What do you want me to say? I'm not sorry.
You just remember what I told you. Don't you dare butt in, understand?
Hey, you think they will get married?
How would I know? Right now it's... If only she'd learn to give a little. But no. Why does she have to take after your family? Where are you going?
I can say hello to the boy, can't I?
But remember, no comment. You keep out of this. Come in, Ned.
Hello.
Wendy'll be right down in 2 seconds.
Hello, Mr. Cooper.
Ned, you're a sight for sore eyes.
Wendy told me you were home.
And am I glad. Son, take my advice. Say I passed the old station on the way in on the bus.
You did, huh?
Things are really hopping. How do you like the new lights? Beautiful, beautiful. Makes Callahan's place look sick. Wasn't doing any business either. Place didn't look sick, it looked dead.
I wouldn't say that. He's still pretty stiff competition.
What competition? You think you got competition? You should be in the car business. Or the motel business. Son, anything Callahan can do, you can do better. I showed you how to lick him, didn't I?
Sid, your soup's getting cold.
I was only saying, I told the boy when I sold him the station, if you do just what I do...
I said your soup's getting cold.
Okay, Emma, okay. I'll see you later, Ned. Oh, say, do you know when that Texaco salesman is due in again?
He'll be here tomorrow. We're putting on a Texaco picture at the luncheon club.
That's so. Do me a favor, will you? Tell him if he got a real good station, not to forget me. Will you tell him that? Someday, you and me are going to be running a whole chain of stations. Okay, Emma, okay. I didn't say anything, did I? It's just that me and Ned, we got all the answers.
Times, the fan has been used by all ages of civilizations. It served as a cooling device for the early Egyptians. It provided an interpretation of the dance for the Japanese. And the Spanish señorita found the fan handy for many things. In the Old South, it brought soothing breezes to the bell and chased the flies away. One thing common to all of these fans, they were only used when needed. But somewhere, we've really laid an egg. For years, we've used fans to cool engines. Fans that keep turning even when they're not needed.
Say, Bud, are you constantly putting can after can of fuel in your truck? No matter how short a run you make? And on cold days, do you turn blue and wish your cab was just a little warmer? And does the noise from your engine just about drive you mad, Bud? How about engine sludge? Have you got it up to your ears? And just between us, fella, do you ever use strong language when you can't start your truck engine right away?
Well, now, you know there's a remedy for all these problems, and it's simple, too. Tell him about the Warner electric fan clutch.
You tell him.
All right, get the forklift and bring in the engine. In non-technical language, the Warner electric fan clutch can be described as a solution, an answer to a problem. In this case, the problem is the fan of the engine on your passenger car, bus, truck, or other power unit. Of course, the fan cannot be eliminated entirely. It is still essential for cooling the engine on hot days and when the motor is idling. Even in 90-degree temperature, your engine needs its cooling fan only 37% of the time. During the other 63% of the time, the fan is wasting horsepower and increasing fuel costs. The fan might be compared to Fanny the maid, who tried to do too much for her employer. She overworked, got into places where she wasn't needed, and was much too noisy when she did work. She was extremely useful for certain little chores, but the rest of the time she was a problem and cost her employer more than she was worth. Now, just how does the Warner electric fan clutch work? It's really quite simple. But first, remember one important fact. Your present engine's cooling system was designed for extreme operating conditions, extremes of outside temperature and extremes of horsepower load. For any lesser conditions, maximum cooling is not required. Now, with a fan clutch installed, as the coolant temperature exceeds the desired operating temperature, the fan will be engaged by the clutch, revolving at speeds varying with engine speed. When the coolant temperature drops below the operating range, the fan will be electrically disconnected. Of course, it may possibly revolve slowly from ram air through the radiator, but it is not being driven by engine power. The driver appreciates the fan clutch too. Here are just a few of the advantages he receives. Let's go to the cold test lab to show you how the electric fan clutch can correct some of the winter driving problems. Here we have two cabs with identical engines. Cab A is equipped with a fan clutch. Cab B is not. First, sir, would you please start engine B? Now, would you please step over to cab A and start the engine? Starts easier, doesn't it? Warms up quicker, too. Well then, Mr. Driver, in your opinion, which engine starts easier and provides more cab comfort for winter driving? Engine A or B?
Oh, cab A?
Well, without the driver, let's try another impartial, unrehearsed survey in our noise reduction lab. The engine on this test stand is equipped with an electric fan clutch. With the fan turning until proper operating temperature is reached, let's see and hear the amount of noise the test equipment registers. Now, when the fan is disengaged, notice the tremendous difference in the amount of annoying engine noise. Now, money isn't everything, but it's way ahead of whatever is in second place. And the Warner electric fan clutch saves you money. It cuts fuel costs 7 to 12%, as proven by actual road tests. And here's why. As we've said before, your fan needs horsepower to operate, engine horsepower. When the engine reaches its proper operating temperature and the fan continues to run, this horsepower is stolen from its main function of providing power to the wheels. This horsepower loss adds up to wasted fuel and lost dollars. Warm-up time is cut to a minimum. On a cold day, a conventional fan drive will cause cold air to be pulled through the cold radiator and circulate around an already cold engine. But again, why fan a cool engine? With a fan clutch, no cold air is drawn over the engine, resulting in faster warm-ups. Faster warm-up time means the choke action stops sooner. You save time and fuel. We're sure you'll agree that fuel economy is vital to any profitable operation. Because the fan clutch saves you 7 to 12% of your fuel costs, you'll have more to spend on the daily necessities of life. And that's not all. You get plus savings with a fan clutch because maintenance costs are lower. Engine life is longer. Engine designers know that an engine running cold is subject to greater wear and more power-robbing deposits. A fan clutch regulates engine temperature, keeping foreign particles suspended in the lubrication system where they can't form sludge and other harmful deposits. Radiator cores get additional life too. Since the fan runs only when needed, sandblasting, a stream of sand and dirt which is sucked through the radiator when the fan is in operation, is naturally reduced. Sludging and sandblasting are particularly troublesome to the stationary engines, such as those found in the oil fields. Around-the-clock operation during wide temperature ranges requires fan operation only a small part of the time.
So remember, if you want lower maintenance costs and longer engine life, install an electric fan clutch. You'll be glad you did. And now back to your local station for a short commercial.
What he really means to say is this. The electric fan clutch saves fuel up to 12%, reduces engine noise, increases cab heating efficiency, reduces sludging, and cuts maintenance costs. Fans are important, but without control, they can be a problem, and an expensive problem at that. Most engines in operation today can be made more economical and more efficient with the Warner electric fan clutch. Well, the mechanic knows a good thing when he sees it. How about you?
Hello there. We're taking you aboard the Boeing jet stratoliner, the 707, to give you a preview of airliner travel of the future. Because our first commercial liners are not ready as yet, this will have to be partly make-believe. We might call it a flight into tomorrow. This is a full-scale mock-up of the cabin interior that was constructed in New York City. It will give you some idea of the design, decor, and equipment contemplated for the Jet Stratoliner series. We won't burden you with statistics about the size of this airplane, except to tell you that its wing spread is greater than the length of the Wright brothers' first flight at Kitty Hawk. The airplane you see in flight is the actual 707 prototype airplane at Seattle, which has been flying since 1954 in a comprehensive test program. Now, we're going to mix reality with make-believe and begin where all airline flights begin, at a busy metropolitan air terminal. You'll find the usual airport hustle and bustle unchanged. But this announcement catches your interest.
Boeing 707 Stratoliner, now loading. All aboard, please.
It means that you're going to fly in America's first jet airliner. The instant you step through the doorway, you've become a part of the jet age. Everything is new and modern. The darker tones of former transports have given way to luminous, gay color schemes that give you a feeling of luxury and well-being. And now it's time for takeoff. As soon as we're airborne, I've many more things to show and discuss with you. After starting the engines, we taxi directly to the runway and take off with no engine run-up. This is the usual jet engine procedure and is much less tedious for the pilot and for the passengers. Now that we're flying, let's first explain how all this began. The answer may come as a surprise to you. It all began with you. It's true. Everything about the 707 has been planned with you in mind. These interiors were created for you by Boeing engineers and the noted industrial design firm of Walter Darwin Teague Associates. It's a completely fresh approach to cabin interiors using all new materials. The ceiling and wall panels are not only easily removable, but washable as well. Every decision in matters of design and decor has been resolved around your comfort, well-being, and safety. That the results were successful is apparent everywhere. For example, there's the convenience of generous hat racks within easy reach. Comfort means luxurious chairs that permit you to stretch out with ample legroom. But comfort aboard the 707 is much more than that. It's a completely different concept of flight and the hallmark of this airplane. The secret lies in the smooth jet engines. Once you're aloft, you instantly become aware of this unique experience of riding in an airplane that's entirely free of vibration. The 707 offers twice as many windows as the conventional airliner. Even from the aisle seat, your visibility is good. Wherever you sit, you may enjoy the sky view or the terrain below. Immediately above each row of seats, we find a completely new innovation, the Stratolight Service Unit. It provides the fresh air supply, individual reading lights, public address system speaker, and the stewardess call button. The 4 lavatories in the 707 were styled in the manner of a small powder room in a private home. Adjacent to each are the convenient coat racks and ample shelves. Of course, in the 707, you fly above the weather. While flying at high altitudes, you may prefer to make use of the built-in smoke-tinted shades. It reduces the intensity of the brilliant sky, but allows you to enjoy the view. An opaque window shade may be drawn to provide a restful atmosphere for that nap between meals. And speaking of meals, there are 2 complete ultra-modern electric kitchens of stainless steel that are fully equipped to prepare the most tempting of foods. The versatility of these kitchens is such that each airline may offer its specialties in its own best tradition. Here again, the jet engines contribute to the passenger's comfort. Remember, no vibration. And that's certainly appreciated while dining. In these surroundings, even a routine business trip becomes an interesting travel adventure. When you enjoy yourself, it simply means you're going to arrive at your destination rested and relaxed. Our time with you has been all too brief. That's the trademark of jet air travel. It makes you regret that your trip is over. We've tried to show you the ultimate in a blending of speed and comfort. However, before we leave you, let's imagine the approach of evening, when the sky outside lies in darkness. We still have matchless beauty on the 707. Our cabin lights become a deep, deep blue, sprinkled with stars. That's our preview of the travel of tomorrow aboard America's first jet transport, the Boeing 707. Good night.